What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. I got some ambience going on so people can go on their fucking YouTube. Shit that you can't hear unless you can hear light. This is Ches.
Shit, can you hear light? Yo, that'd be fucking cool, man. That's
You can
actually
if you're on OA like Ches is.
Facts.
exactly. So you gotta log on, go to YouTube right now so you can see Ches in OA. And I am Miguel.
And
I wanna
I'm
make that-
what's up? Can you guys hear those sirens?
Yeah, I just heard it right now.
Yeah, I live in the hood and I'm from Washington Heights.
You're fucking crime infested neighborhood.
Hell yeah.
Says the guy who lives in the Bronx. Jesus Christ. All right, but you know who doesn't live in the Bronx? Chris Hemsworth. It'd be dope if he did.
Hell yeah.
He just finished wrapping up Thor Love and Thunder, and they posted a dope ass pic of Chris Odin's son. And how do you say that director's name?
It's Taika Waititi.
Thank you. I was totally gonna butcher that. Can't do that in these times. But and he is looking unreasonably juicy. Shit is wild, and I cannot fucking wait to see that movie.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that it finished, that it wraps filming, because I was like, wait, didn't you just start? Like, I don't know, wasn't there a pandemic like on it? Like, what is it, like a 30-minute film? Like, but I don't know. I trust them. I trust Taika Waititi, and I'm I'm glad that it's fucking done.
Yeah. No, he's swole as hell. And he's
OD.
also gonna play Hulk Hogan in an upcoming film about like a biopic about Hulk Hogan. So I'm like, okay, so he's he got like unbelievably swole.
Yo, and that makes sense, because I saw on the news, like, quickly, a headline. I didn't really read it, but that Hulk Hogan was praising Thor, Chris Hemsworth, for how he looked, because of that, because he's going to play fucking Hulk Hogan. Well done.
My whole thing is I can't wait to hear his accent as Hulk Hogan, because he's going from a character that speaks in such a, I guess the correct term would be, for lack of a better term, opulent accent, that it's even has a different font in comics, to being fucking the most American accent of all time. And he's Australian. This is gonna be very interesting, brother. I can't that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yo, Loki, I actually have a little. I don't love it when British or Australian actors make American accents. Like, I don't know. I just don't love it too much. Honestly, that's a thing. I don't love Benedict Cumberbatch for that little bit, that because he's faking that American. And I'm like, I can tell, bro. I can tell it's a fake American accent. Like, I don't know. Like, I just
Yeah. What
anyway.
about Christian Bale though? Like, I saw American Psycho before I knew the actor Christian Bale, so I thought he sounded like Patrick Bateman, the character in American Psycho, like a very polished yuppie.
Well, there's
New Yorker.
exceptions. There's
But then
exceptions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there are people, and like Hugh Jackman also.
All right.
Well, I stand corrected. You're right. Right.
Yeah,
Christian
oh my
Bale,
God,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman. Anybody else, fuck you.
No, yeah, but what about fucking even after American Psycho? So we know he has an accent, and then he does Bruce Wayne. Shit, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking bad. But yeah, dude, I cannot wait to see this movie. Now I also can't wait to see him as Hulk Hogan. Which, by the way, quick side note: has anybody always found it kind of weird that even though Hulk Hogan is a super patriotic character, he wears the colors of communism? I forgot where.
I
Like
thought of it.
yellow.
Yeah, and red. I forgot where I heard that, but like it always stuck with me. You have communist China, yellow and red, communist Russia, yellow and red. He doesn't have any red, white, or blue, like the combination on him anywhere. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, just something.
Yeah, I wonder what message he's trying to give to the young people out there. Jesus Christ.
Fucking to read between the lines. It's all fucking hand gestures and movement, smoke and mirrors. Some other epic shit that's going on. Rod has always spoken about this fucking series, and I've never watched it. Why the Last Man? Well, I've never read it. Why the Last Man is set to premiere on FX on September 10th. That network always has some interesting shit going on. Props to them for saying fuck you to regular censorship standards.
the regular censorship standards. So, what was the how
Sons of
is it-
Anarchy. Fucking we never saw this shit. What's it called? Sons of Anarchy.
No,
That
I
shit
never
was,
saw that.
It was gritty. The whole show was rated R.
Wasn't
No.
Breaking Bad also?
No,
That
Breaking
was
Bad was on
A&E.
AMC.
AMC,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan, and if I'm not mistaken, Pia Guerra.
Yep.
I loved this. Was one of those graphic novel. I read it in graphic novel format. Always been a fan of Brian K. Vaughan, and it was like it was like what Netflix. It's like a Netflix comic book series. It's like you just can't help but binge it. It's just so good, and I'm really looking forward to. It's been in pre-production hell or limbo rather, like forever. I remember they had Shia LaBeouf cast as the Yorick as the main character at one point.
Word.
But yeah, I'm glad they held out to make it a series because it's a few volumes long. So I don't recall, but we definitely need a series format for this one. Stoked.
Yo, tell the fans out there. So what's the premise? What is it about?
All right, it's been quite a while since I read this, but basically Yorick.
Is it about the last man?
He is the last man on Earth. And it's
it's
post-apocalyptic, I guess, right? This is what happens if only women exist. And yeah, and he's the last man, and he's on a mission to discover why. And it's, it reminds me a little bit of The Walking Dead. I mean, without the zombies, of course, but it's that post-apocalyptic civilization rebuilding itself after this cataclysm type of deal. I mean, he has a pet monkey called Ampersand. And he gets into this epic adventure. It spans several volumes. It's amazing. I think it's published by Image, right?
No, it was Vertigo.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
Quick question. Wasn't there some other show about some dude who was the last guy on Earth that I think you had seen before? The both of you had seen it?
No, I don't think I saw it. But I know what you're talking about. No, there's an actual show, I think, by Will Forte, the comedian, who was called that. But I think you're referring to the comedy show that Rod has been recommending for a long time, which was on FX too, I think, Rod? Right,
yeah.
Rod? The Last Man Standing. Oh, there you go.
Some
Man
shit
Seeking
like that.
Woman.
Yeah,
Oh my God. One of the best comedies you'll see. It's better than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Damn,
Trust
that's
me.
high praise, bro.
No one has followed my recommendation on this show, but if you watch the first season, you will laugh your fucking ass off. I guarantee it.
By the way, and fucking shout out to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If any of the fans want to peek into who we are as people, or at least into how our minds kind of work, check out that show. One of the funniest shows in history.
Yeah, true that. No, I didn't mean to downplay one show to lift another. Basically, Man Seeking Woman is the shit. I forget what the actor's name is, but it's some dude you've seen him around.
Yeah, we've seen him in other comedy shows and movies and shit like that. All right, but that was a good. So FX, all right, FX does some good shit, and we're looking forward for fucking Why the Last Man coming in September. So that's fucking nearby. But now in other fucking new back to films, right? We just saw, this is legit breaking news that came out, yesterday or something, at least in our time, a week or something for you people listening. We finally got a look at Zachary Levi's new Shazam suit. What do you all think?
I'm in love. That looks sleek as fuck. And you can tell that it's crazy how at times is like, to quote the old saying and be unnecessarily epic, like man's reach should always exceed his grasp or some shit like that, because you can see now in these images how much they're gonna go with probably a CGI cape and the CGI lightning bolt, where in the first movie they made the cape. You know what I mean? And I think the lightning bolt was a legit hard. Yeah, that shit.
He wore the cape, or was it CGI? I don't know.
Nah, he wore that shit, bro.
I think it's both though. I think there's scenes where it depends on the moment. Added in post. I think they'll probably do the same thing. But the suit itself though
looks
is
better.
Different, right?
God.
Yeah, and you could tell that he had more time to get buff, so they had way less padding in the suit.
And he looks more handsome. His face looks more jagged and shit. He looks like Snyder-esque in these shots at least. And that's what Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Fuck. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it allowed me to touch on one of your theories real quick. Maybe due to the fact that he was engaging in more exercise, he became a bit less ugly.
Right. Right. Yeah. And this is a proven fact. If you work out more, you get more handsome. Case in point, Zachary Levi. Look at him. I mean, not that he wasn't handsome and charming in part one, but it was kind of goofy, right? And again, the costume was kind of goofy, which pulled me out of it.
Yo,
Even though it was, yeah.
No, and to take it further, like if you guys remember how he looked in that sitcom he was starring like years ago, where
Word.
he was a super skinny dude. So he was like a good-looking man, but he was like a dorky dude, like thin, like me, like fucking just not buff or anything, not like that. And then at least for Shazam, he got buffer, so
Yeah.
that he looked super different from the show that went the sitcom that he was on. And now, though, stepped it up even further. Now he's trying to challenge fucking the Chris's over at fucking the MCU.
And he was part of the Warriors 3 in the MCU, right?
Ah, yeah, he was. Yeah,
that was like his rise to epicness, and now he's fucking Shazam. And I had very little interest when this was announced. Shazam 2, I was like, part 1 was forgettable. It's like it was DC's Venom, in my opinion. But now that just seeing him and how he looks, okay, you got my interest again. Thank you, DC.
And to go on what Miguel said, he's not trying to challenge the Chris's. Homie has to challenge Dwayne Johnson.
Yo, word.
It's not the Chris's. He's the antithesis of The Rock.
Bro, the Wayne's and Jason Momoa's of his world, man. Shit.
The first thing I said after watching Shazam, the first one was, I don't want to see him face the epicness that will be Black Adam, played by Dwayne Johnson. But now,
yo, you're right. You're right.
Step back. I'm ready.
Right.
And shit, who knows? Yo, maybe like The Rock forging that property, which he seems to be more passionate about than any superhero who's been cast for any role. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. He seems to be and it's probably because he has some skin in the game. Watch his his name is probably in the credit as producer or some shit. But yeah, but I'm pretty sure like he's passionate as fuck. And maybe through him forging, you know, like all the aesthetics of the movie, the homie posting his workouts on Instagram, you know, like in his fucking Iron Paradise, made the people making Shazam be like, all right, maybe we gotta sharpen the Shazam blade a little bit. You know what I mean? And like, I'm all for it. Fuck, he looks amazing, and I can't wait. And props to the executives for not allowing this franchise to die. They could have let it die after the first one.
No, but it made money though. It made a lot of money.
That's also true. People forget about that one. Yeah, it's like there's so much shit that people just forget about certain movies sometimes.
Yo, and come on, and Shazam 1 wasn't the best movie, but look, I stand by this. I liked it more than Aquaman 1, and I liked it way more than Wonder Woman 2. Wonder Woman 1984, Shazam, the first Shazam movie is better than 84.
Aquaman was better than Shazam. Aquaman was epic, bro. Thanks to Ocean Master, that shit was lit. You need to rewatch Aquaman.
They're all in the same league, though. They're all like
the B movies.
I say they're C tier.
Dude, I agree. We're comparing, not shit. They're not shit, but like it's all the same playing field, you know. But speaking of films that we're hoping were not gonna be fucking C-lister films, right? And teases, we got an epic fucking tease. Motherfucker, the director of the Flash movie, Andres Muschietti, posted on Instagram without any caption, without any fucking thing, fucking Michael Keaton's Batman fucking the logo from his fucking chest with blood on it. And that was it.
To me, that wasn't more like blood. That shit was clear and see-through as fuck. I felt like the stuntman was eating like some jelly preserve
Raspberry
and it landed on his
donut.
chest.
Isn't it National Donut Day too?
It is.
Yeah. So look at that. Look at that. I didn't even know that. Yo, we're fucking geniuses. Hashtag Pepe Sylvia. But dude, like as soon as I said, I'm like, wait. That doesn't look like blood. I think it was more about the logo, so forget the red. That logo is an insane update on the suit. Holy shit, that's epic. I can't fucking wait. And of course, I cannot wait for the tease. Are we going to get the Flashpoint Paradox Batman? We are, right?
No, we don't know. They haven't confirmed that at all yet.
Shit, I thought they did. Right,
apparently, all we know that I think they obviously confirmed Michael Keaton in the Flash movie. I think there's strong rumors that Ben Affleck, or I think it might be confirmed that Ben Affleck is going to be in the movie too.
Strong rumors.
Yeah, strong rumors, and then that's it. But they also have Supergirl in the movie, and they have and I
Oh,
think that's
word?
it. Yeah. They have Supergirl
Wait,
that's gonna
get
be
the
played.
fuck out of here. What?
We're breaking more news. This came out a few weeks
To the
ago.
LoZ.
This is meta. We're breaking news to ourselves and the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's kind of dope because it's they're doing the whole thing where they're like the ethnicity is being changed, so it's a Latina. Sasha Calle is playing Supergirl,
No
and
shit.
she looks fucking dope though, you know, like she looks fucking dope, and yeah, so that got announced a little while ago, and I find it crazy that she's gonna be introduced in the Flash movie, like what?
Word,
Yo, I am so sold on this movie.
It
Like,
went.
now
No, go ahead. That's crazy. No, I'm just excited as you are, but you like.
Yeah, to me, this is, I think, the movie. So the movies right now that the Snyder cuts out of the way, the movies are the Spider-Verse mashup, like the true Spider-Verse mashup, which may not be No Way Home, and then Flashpoint. Like, to me, these are the two big heavy hitters that we got in the near future.
I agree, and my only worry is how near future is this movie, right? Because I'm like, they just started filming, and with the pandemic and all that kind of shit, man. I hope we get, when is it? We should have googled this. Like, when is it supposed to come out? They're thinking,
Damn, I don't think it has I think it was pushed after, a while back. It had a release date, then it was pushed.
Well,
but if
yeah,
it is, I'll put it right here. If we know what it is
Right.
now on your screen. So watch this video on YouTube.
Yes, and also the other thing, because that movie also, I think my reason to be a little bit more skeptical about it, because it had a lot of turmoil, no, because it lost its director at one point, and it's just been ongoing, but it feels good. It's like found a good home right now, and no, I am very fucking excited about it too, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
the director is still the guy that talked about it during Fandom, right?
Yep,
That's still the guy.
That's still the guy.
Cool.
Yeah. But fuck yeah. But speaking of other movies, and you mentioned the Spider-Verse movie. There was some Spider-Verse movie news recently that came out, not the No Way Home, which we're speculating it'll be Spider-Verse type movie. So for Into the Spider-Verse 2, they've just cast Issa Rae. She's the star of HBO's Insecure, comedian, a wonderful actress and writer, as Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman for Into the Spider-Verse 2. So that's pretty cool.
And this was gonna be a stupid question, but just so people know, also animated. It's not gonna be a live action Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, not yet. That's coming though. But yeah, so let me backtrack. There are 3 movies I'm really stoked about: Flashpoint, the true live action Spider-Verse, and Into the Spider-Verse 2, because part 1 was this shit. The sleeper hit of what, 29? You haven't seen it?
No, I saw it. I said I have to rewatch it. I've seen it.
I'm like, oh lord.
Jesus
Almost
Christ.
caught like a fucking aneurysm or some shit.
Bro, you tasted the novelty.
Yo,
we were about to stop recording right now to watch it. That would have been fucking an emergency.
It's one of those things you have to watch.
The one thing that stuck with me, I was very upset about how tiny they made the Kingpin's head on his body. Like, I enjoyed everything about the movie, but it's like, why is his head so tiny?
They beasted.
Yeah, well, they're making it very comic booky, right? Like they were doing, these things. So they were making it very ridiculous, but that's the one little weird thing.
And also, like,
was good.
Is Spider-Gwen canon, or what's up with that? Are they doing like a Miles Morales, the fact that she was so popular? It's like, here you go, shoehorn her.
She just got mashed in. I think you've asked the same question and we've covered this.
Really?
Wait, I don't know. What are you asking?
In all fairness, we covered
how did Gwen Stacy come back, and how is she now Spider-Gwen?
But what do you mean how she came back? Like in what? And no, she's a Spider-Woman. She's basically Spider-Man from another universe.
Right.
No. Okay. What I'm saying is,
so Gwen Stacy's dead in the Marvel 616.
No. I know that. I know that.
Dead.
I know that. She died a long ass time ago. She's like OD worm food. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, Spider-Gwen, after this movie, the first one dropped, did they make her canon, or
she's been canon. So Jason Latour, and I remember who else created Spider-Gwen. Actually, I think for the original Spider-Verse comic book, which was done by Dan Slott and who else? And she became very popular, and then she got her own book, and then they really started to flesh out her universe, which was then used for inspiration. Like the story that Spider-Gwen says in the movie Into the Spider-Verse, they took that from the comic books, from Jason Latour's work.
This entire time, I've thought that Spider-Gwen's debut was Into the Spider-Verse. I was completely ignorant of her existence before that movie, and as I'm sure some fans were too.
Technically, from Into the Spider-Verse, I would say the only original character is the Peter Parker, who's like a deadbeat from the that got fat and separated from Mary Jane. He's technically the only one that's not. I haven't seen him properly in the comic books.
That one needs his own book.
But speaking of books, now to wrap up the news, we always try to. It's good to always mention the comic book news because that's also where all these fucking great ideas come. And so there's been a big shakeup now in Marvel with creative teams. So right now, Al Ewing and I forgot his first name, Joe Bennett are ending their incredible run on the Hulk, which is the Immortal Hulk. I think we mentioned it a few times here in the show. Awesome horror fucking story. But now when their story ends, Donny Cates of Venom, King in Black, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Cosmic Ghost Rider fame will be writing with Ryan Otley from fucking Invincible, the co-creator of Invincible.
Damn.
Will be on the Hulk fucking book. I'm looking forward to that shit. It's going to be violent.
So are they going to show the Hulk in like a more gory direction? Because, and I'm sure Rod is going to know what I'm talking about because I think he was the person that showed it to me. There's this infamous panel where the Hulk smashes a kid in a park. Rod, do you know what I'm talking about? Where like I think it...
Wait, and I'm not sure. Are you mistaking that with Doomsday or no?
Oh no, yeah, that is Doomsday. Never mind. Either way, awesome.
I think he smashes Innocence.
Nah, but we'll I'm sure it'll be
right.
No, it does not. No, but I'm sure it's gonna be gory as fuck because also I highly recommend people need to read the current one that's ending, Immortal Hulk, because that's gory as fuck too. Joe Bennett is a horror artist and they do gruesome shit. The whole idea of it is that Hulk can't fucking die. Well, no, correction. He dies, but comes back. And so Hulk dies gruesomely a lot, kills people gruesomely. It's very almost realistic. The drawing, it's gross. We'll have some images here to show. It's fucking cool. But now Ryan Otley's going to take it to the next level because we've all seen Invincible, and it'll be like all bloody and all another type of gore. So we're looking forward to that.
But
Yeah, it's been a while since I read.
Now, I was going to say, like, for some quick clarifications for the fans, the Hulk can't die, right? Because that's how we got the Maestro.
He can't, yeah. Well, no, he can. I highly recommend reading this book. The idea is that Hulk has multiple personalities. There's these different Hulks are different versions of Bruce Banner's, subconscious and shit. And there's this one main one, which is called the Devil Hulk, that comes back. If Bruce Banner or Hulk dies, he comes back as the one leading. So yes, he can die, but he comes back always. Like literally, like kind of like Immortal in Invincible, right? That he gets his head chopped off, then comes back, kind of like that, like a Wolverine almost kind of thing.
I didn't know that because I stopped reading Hulk around the time of Civil War II. Right, where he gets assassinated or some shit, and it
right by Hawkeye. Yeah,
right. And then anyway.
Yeah, so that's new, exactly. So that's Al Ewing in his Immortal Hulk run really dove into that and really added some crazy mythos to it that he kind of goes to some kind of Hulk hell, and like everybody who's a Hulk, everybody who's been exposed to gamma radiation goes through that and goes to this green door. And is like Hulk hell, and then you can come back. It's fucking trippy as fuck.
Yo, this shit used to be the dude could turn into some shit because he got exposed to radiation, and that's it.
Right, exactly.
Good Lord.
So technically, you would think that Maestro, this is the future version of the Hulk from a famous Peter David run, Future Imperfect, where he's like ruling the world, basically. You would assume that that's just the one that's alive during that time. And if he dies or something, we'll get Devil Hulk back or something. But it's another persona of him. It's fucking.
What does this mean for Bruce Banner, though? Like, does he die?
He's in torch. He's in hell always. Like he's just suffering because he comes back and he loses control, becomes the Hulk again, and it's like
Mephisto's hell.
No, like this Hulk hell.
Yo, what
Okay.
did Bruce Banner
This is
do?
It's called The Place Below. I think that's the name of the place. The Place Below. Something like that. It's trippy. I
Yeah, maybe
recommend
like
people-
Swamp Thing-esque or some shit.
Well, thank you for mentioning that, because the
Word.
next big creative team shakeup is happening in the Venom book. And in the next Venom book will be written by Al Ewing, who we've been talking about for Hulk. He's moving on to write Venom. And it'll be co-written by him and Ram V or Ram Fifth. I don't know how if it's pronounced, who's the current Swamp Thing writer actually right now in the DC books. And he's writing also Justice League Dark right now, which I've heard great things, but I don't know anything about it. And it's going to be illustrated by Brian Hitch, who's a fucking dope ass artist.
Yeah.
He did what, the Ultimates, right?
Yes. Oh my
Mark
God. One of the
Miller.
best comic books ever. Mark Miller.
Mm.
Speaking of Mark Miller, and not to gloss over that amazing
do it.
creative team on Venom, but yeah, Jupiter's Legacy, guys, on Netflix is not going forward.
And real quick, before you mentioned how that so got dubbed, which I'm kind of sad about, I just want to let the fans know, since you brought up Swamp Thing, for our next edition of the LoZ book club, we're actually going to do
Ooh.
the Swamp Thing book by the one and only Neil Gaiman himself, like the infamous Swamp Thing book, not like some new rewrite,
Wait.
not some other shit.
wait.
You're confusing
that-
your epic comic scribe.
Yeah, bro. No, it's not
Alan
Neil Gaiman.
Moore.
Alan
Alan Moore?
Moore. Yes, from Watchmen fame, Alan Moore. It's his famous run. Yeah.
We're gonna get sued.
They're both epic dudes from
Yeah,
the
fair
UK
enough.
or some shit. I
They're
don't
both
know.
they're both really weird, extremely creative guys. Yeah. So the Swamp Thing book by Alan Moore.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I didn't know this, but this is apparently the DC book that launched Alan Moore's career. And throughout the history that I don't know, the 20 years of reading comic books, I've always seen this book like in my face. Like the must reads, the saga of the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I've heard it mentioned
Always
so many
up
times.
there. So I'm like, okay, I'm finally scratching. We scratched Gotham Central off my to-do list, my bucket list. Now we're diving into Swamp Thing.
No, and I love that exactly because it's one of those books. It's Alan Moore's Swamp Thing that it's like everybody would recommend. Is like it's one of those like holy grail type of books, no, that people revere highly. So it's great. Finally, we're all getting it off of our bucket list because none of us have read it. And we were actually debating to help out Ches. We were debating between Neil Gaiman's Sandman, the first volume, and reading Alan Moore's Swamp Thing.
That's where I got it from. Yeah.
We ended up choosing Swamp Thing because Rod, as you know, has dived deep into Neil Gaiman's Sandman, doing the audiobook and all that. So we want to do something that's new for the three of us.
Yeah.
When is that dropping on Netflix? I was just telling the guys on our own thread, like, okay, I'm done with Netflix again. They're canceling Jupiter's Legacy. I mean, so should we just dive into Jupiter's Legacy?
Yeah. Also,
anything else?
Just keep the service. Jesus Christ.
Yo, it's expensive now. What is Netflix now? Like $18 a month?
Like $900 a month.
I'm not trying to sound like I don't know.
And
that-
dude,
Bro,
I love how they no
only-
longer do DVDs and raise the price.
Yeah, word.
I feel like I only go to HBO Max. Like everything else is, I don't know. Like Prime, I have it because it comes with the fucking membership.
Yeah, word, valid. Fucking Bezos, dude, the god of consumption.
Word.
Like, fuck, is like, yo, you want your packages faster? How about some video and music too?
Yo,
Like, all right, you got it. All right, I'll take it.
yo, he's
Word.
altering like the evolution of humanity, bro. That's how epic he is.
He's Lex Luthor, man. I'm telling you, he's Lex Luthor. He's altering the evolution, but not in a good way, bro. Probably he's gonna be controlling us at the end completely. It could be some Wally shit.
Well, you know what's funny that I was thinking that like in the future we're definitely gonna have those chairs, but they'll be made by Amazon.
Yeah.